Have you been thinking about that once in a lifetime trip to the Middle East, Egypt, Jordan, and perhaps Israel, but can't decide which is the best method of travel for you? Then this video is for you. Stay tuned. And as always, folks, if you enjoy this video, please like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications to get notified each time we post. Hi folks, The Secrets of the Nile in Egypt was truly a once-in-a-lifetime trip for Deborah and I. So much so that one video just simply can't do it justice. Today's video is just a quick take with one of our real travel experts who was along with us on this trip. Stay tuned to the end of this video for an overview of our upcoming series on this vacation, featuring interviews, travel tips, and so much more. So without further ado, let's head off to Egypt. Welcome back to RTE Travel Talk. And as promised, look who I found around the ship. We said we would meet together on the Lido deck at some time. Well, we're going to have to settle for the al fresco deck. What do you think?
I agree. It works for me. Works for me.
This is Anne-Marie Gaudet of Cruise Holidays of Metro East. And today we are aboard the lovely AmaDahlia, sailing down the Nile, coming to almost the tail end of our 11-12 night cruise, discovering the secrets of the Nile in Egypt.
Yes, yeah.
So tell me, what was your favorite part so far?
Oh man, that's a hard one. I would have to say Nefertiti's tomb.
Right.
That just blew me away. Abu Simbel. There's no words.
It's amazing.
There's no words. You're just like in awe. The age, like it's hard to get your mind around. Like you're looking at something that's 3,100 years old. And in Nefertari's tomb, it looks like it was just painted yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, it's unbelievable. So, I mean, I've loved every single bit of it, but if I had to choose, those two would be my favorites.
Perfect.
Yeah,
this day 5 on the river.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's a 7-night cruise,
Yeah.
which is unusual.
Yes.
As compared to other cruise lines.
Yeah.
So AmaWaterways is probably the only one that does a 7-night on the Nile.
Yeah. Of the cruises that North Americans would go on.
Would focus on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, what I found is this is a jam-packed itinerary.
Oh, yes.
Like, they want you to see
everything. Pretty
much every temple, every tomb that's of significance.
Yeah.
All the way along.
Yeah.
So as a result of that, it's kind of go, go, go.
Yes.
But I've also found that because we're on for 7 days, we've got the go, 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 but there's also time for relax, like, for example, today, as we're sailing down this beautiful river.
Yes. And that is one of the wonderful things about it being 7 days, because it is very, very busy, but at least you do have a little bit of downtime.
Yeah.
So, because I don't even care. I mean, we're not in our 20s anymore, but I think even if you were in your 20s, it is a lot to see. There's a lot to see, a lot to take in. The Egyptologists are
amazing.
So they just, like, I keep on saying to our Egyptologist, whose name is Dina, how do you remember all this? You know, but it's something that she lives every day. But they bring the history to life, and the pharaohs and the kings and the queens all to life. So I'm glad we had 7 days to spread it over.
And that's like, we talk about the guides and the Egyptologist, and that's so important. If you're coming all this way, you're going to want to know the history.
Exactly.
And
yeah.
They truly bring it to life.
They do. They absolutely do. They are, and like I said, when you're looking at these things and you're looking, going, that's 3,100 years old. Like it's, you can't get your head around it.
Yeah.
So it is, and what I like too is they use the quiet boxes, so they're not yelling at you. They're not, they're talking just normally, and you can hear everything.
Yep.
And still, look around. The other bonus of being on Ama, with the part we're on right now, it's not a part that the other cruise lines go to. So, we're getting that little bit extra that we're going to get to see, and so.
And it's important to them that you see.
Oh,
as much as you can.
It is. It really is.
With all the stuff that we've done, would you recommend this tour for a particular age group, or is it good for just about anybody?
I think it's good for just about anybody. I would say if you have some mobility issues, you may have to tweak it a bit. I mean, we have seen at one of the temples, we did actually see somebody in a wheelchair, but it is, you know, there's a lot of uneven ground, there's sand. So if you have mobility issues, you know, you might have to take your time and maybe miss a few things.
Yeah.
But I think on the whole, it's good for anybody.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
no, and I agree with that. So even with somebody with some slight mobility issues, there's so much on this tour that if you happen to miss one,
Yeah.
you're still going to have a great experience.
Exactly. You're not missing a lot. Yesterday, I'm going to be honest. Yesterday, I was exhausted. Whatever. I didn't go on one of the tours, and you know, everybody came back and loved it, but I didn't feel like I missed anything. I listened to my body, and my body was telling me to take a little break. And you know, for all the outstanding stuff I've seen, I don't feel like I missed anything.
Yeah.
So you know, a nice relaxing day on the Nile was nice too.
And as our cruise manager has said, stay hydrated.
Yes.
You know, today we're at 40 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
And watch your step.
Yeah.
And mind the gap.
Yeah, and mind the gap. That's right, exactly. And I would highly recommend, like I did bring some sandals, running shoes.
Yeah.
And you know, because when you're in the sand, you don't want to get the sand in your sandals and things like that. So I highly recommend a good pair of running shoes or hiking boots.
Solid walk on.
Yes. Yeah.
That you can.
Exactly.
How'd you find the food?
I found the food excellent. I mean, it was an adventure. I mean, we had perch today at lunch, which was amazing. It was so good. Yeah, no, I have not had a bad meal yet.
Yeah.
So, you know, interesting flavors. You know, they do have North American fare too, if you're not adventurous with your food. But I've not had any complaints yet.
When Deb and I came on board, we took all American dollars and all American money. But there's also the ability to change your money here into Egyptian dollars.
Yeah.
What do you recommend on that?
You know what? I think you did the right thing. U.S. dollars. U.S. dollars. That I would have a little bit of Egyptian pounds because there are a few vendors that don't take U.S. dollars, but the majority of them take U.S. dollars. I find it a lot easier in my head to convert what things would cost when it's U.S. dollars than Egyptian pounds. So I would just bring a few Egyptian pounds, but no, you did the right thing. U.S. dollars.
And it just keeps things simple.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Simple and easy.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
All right. Well, that's been great. I can't wait to see the rest of the cruise.
Yes.
This afternoon, we're off to the Temple of Karnak.
Yes. Yes.
And the Temple of Hathor.
Yep.
And geez, I remember all these names again from the training from our Egyptologists.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, exactly. Yep.
And then we're going to probably wrap that up with a lovely reception and off to Cairo, and we'll see you at home.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Anne-Marie. Take care.
Take care. Bye.
And that about wraps things up for today, folks. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, this is video 1 in a series. Our next video is going to be an in-depth look at the cruise portion of our vacation with Deborah and I, followed by a segment looking at the pre-cruise and post-cruise options available, such as Jordan. And finally, our interviews with some of the crew and support team with AmaWaterways that make the AmaDahlia's Secrets of the Nile in Egypt come to life for each and every one of their guests. A special thanks to my guest, Anne-Marie Gaudet of Cruise Holidays of Metro East. If you'd like to reach Anne-Marie about this cruise or perhaps another cruise, I will leave her contact information in the description. If you'd like to reach us, simply send a question to questions@realtravelexperts.com. Visit our website, realtravelexperts.com, or simply leave a comment. Deborah and I would love to hear from you and love to talk about Egypt. And as always, folks, a like, subscribe, and a ring of the bell is certainly appreciated and helps us to spread the word. So until next time, happy travels!